today's training is all about fiber, and it's not something that we talk about very regularly, but I get asked about it a lot from clients. So I thought no better way to incorporate all of you into some frequently asked questions that I get pretty consistently. We hear it all the time. We should probably eat more fiber. Well, we don't really know what it does, why, how does that look like for me? How much should I be eating? Can I up it? All those types of things. So I wanted to talk about all of those things really briefly so that if it's affecting you, you might can make some big changes that you would be able to see results from. So first things first, let's break it down. What is fiber? So fiber is essentially a carbohydrate that cannot and will not be broken down or absorbed. Most of the time, our carbohydrates are going to be broken down and then they travel through our digestive system, but fiber is not broken down and it stays relatively intact as it's traveling along our digestive system. So what does that do for us? It helps to relieve a lot of digestive symptoms. It helps us to have healthy digestive system, maintain bowel movements, all those types of things so that we can feel our best. But there's also a lot of other great components to it besides just the digestion factor. And that is that it can also lower your cholesterol and your blood pressure. It can do that. It's also going to help control your blood sugar levels. When it's harder to break down, it's also helpful in lessening the absorption of sugars and things like that. So it's helping to make sure our blood sugar doesn't spike immediately by helping, because all of our systems are working to break down in other ways. But it's also aiding and helping us to achieve a healthy weight. And I say that because you will notice, if you've ever paid attention, that things that have more fiber that you eat, you stay fuller longer. So with that being said, since you're staying fuller longer, you're not incessantly snacking and grabbing for things all throughout the day. So it helps us in our health goals as well because we're strategically eating things that are going to keep us more satisfied for a longer period of time. So what does that mean for you? How much fiber should you be eating in a day? And the answer is that the average for females 50 and younger is 25 grams a day. If you're over 50, it's 21. But I will always just caution this and say, fiber is not usually something that people are constantly looking at. This is something with all my clients, I'm like, you need to be watching that fiber because it's just so important. And so most Americans eat 15 grams of fiber a day, and that's it. Most of us, if we're not paying attention to it, are going to be below that 25 grams. But there are people who cannot handle the 25 grams. Their digestive system doesn't work with it. So it's something to actively be tracking and then see how your body responds to it. So definitely push to try to get to that 25 grams. But if you're really struggling digestive-wise, then it might not be the best route for you to get to that 25 grams just to push until your body feels like it's in a good spot. So it's definitely something to watch. If you use MyFitnessPal and you're tracking under your nutrients, you can look at it there and always see where you are. But 25 grams is a great place to start and a great place to aim to if you're looking to up your fiber intake. So what you all want to know is, how do I do it? What types of things contain a lot of fiber components? And so a lot of these things will probably not surprise you. So fruits and vegetables being the first one. Fruits, especially raspberries. If you like raspberries, they're going to be the highest component for fiber. And also any kind of berry is good. Pears, apples, those are great options as well. When it comes to vegetables, usually the greener, the leafier ones, avocado, those are always going to be your best bet when it comes to fiber intake. The great part is that a lot of them is in low calories, so you can eat a lot of them for a higher volume of fiber. So higher volume keeps you fuller and less calories. That's definitely the success, right? But not only that, so beans, peas, lentils, that's a great option too. I always say make a good chili that has a bunch of beans in it, or a lentil salsa, or a salsa that has beans in it as well. Or my favorite, make nachos or a burrito bowl, something like that uses beans in a more classic way that you can use to up your fiber. Nuts and seeds. So any kind of nuts that you could use here, like I always say, I take my 100-calorie pack of almonds. That's like my go-to when it comes to nuts. But if you can incorporate any kind of mixed nut in there is a great option. But also seeds, flax seeds, chia seeds, those things are super easy to overlook. But in reality, they're so helpful and so good for us. And they don't really make a ton of a difference on the taste. So we can just throw them into a smoothie. And that's all we have to do. Like, it's just quick, easy, help our fiber intake just like that by throwing it into a smoothie. The next thing would be switching to whole grains. So even bread, for instance. So if you'll go next time you're looking to pick out a bread at the grocery store, and you'll be like, okay, look at the fiber component of it, and you see a lot of them are higher, a lot higher than others, most of them being whole grain. So stick to the whole grain wraps and tortillas and breads, or just be strategic in what you pick out that can be more helpful in upping your fiber intake. But also depending on like brown rice instead of white rice, that's a whole wheat component. That's going to be helpful in fiber. Also full wheat pasta, if you're going to serve something over noodles, then that's a great option too. Whole wheat flour when you're baking instead of regular. Also oatmeal. Oatmeal is a great option for a fiber component. Always caution people with oatmeal. It's so healthy for you, but always just make sure that it is a higher carb component, to just couple it with a protein and a fat to make sure it doesn't throw off your blood sugar. And then also just good snack options. So air popped popcorn. So not the kind you buy in a bag at the store, but just literally like go buy it, put it in the microwave, cook it. That's a great option for fiber. Also dark chocolate. That's a good option as well. So all of these are easy ways that you can actively be getting to that 25 grams of fiber a day. But if you guys have any questions about your fiber levels or how you're feeling, please don't hesitate to reach out. I hope this was helpful for you guys, and just realize there are so many benefits for us to be actively tracking our fiber. I always tell people, they're like, oh, should I take a fiber supplement? The first thing you should always do is try with natural foods to get as much fiber component as you can. The supplement can come later if it's still something that you really actively struggle with, but the more we can get it from the natural foods, the better off we're going to be. So, hope this was helpful for you guys. Have a great day.